Good morning, class 10th. I have sent you the notes of the chapter 1 of your chemistry book, which is chemical reactions and equation, and I hope you have written those notes in your notebook. So I'm going to briefly explain those notes to you for your better understanding. First, I have written the definition of a chemical reaction, a process that involves breakings or making of interatomic bonds in which one or more substances are changed into another. Okay, now what happened? For example, you're taking water and you just freeze it and makes it in the ice, converts it into the ice. This will not call a chemical reaction because water and ice are same products, same substances. They have the same chemical formula as H2O. Okay. Now, for example, you're doing something with water, you're doing something with a substance, and after that activity, what has happened? The substance is completely changed. That process is called a chemical reaction because in that process, what has happened? You were taking a substance, and after the reaction, after the activity, what you get was completely different from what you earlier had. Okay, now the initial product, initial substance which you have is known as the reactant. Then you performed an activity on the reactant, and at the end you get the products. For example, when you burn a magnesium ribbon in air, it gives you magnesium oxide. Okay. One more simplest example you can take as the paper. This is the paper. What happened? If you burn this paper, what will happen? It will convert into the ash. Okay. So burning of paper or the burning of magnesium oxide, magnesium ribbon, both are the chemical reactions because initially you were having paper and after burning you get the ash. Paper and ash chemically are the different substances. They have the different chemical properties. Same with magnesium and magnesium oxide. So this is called the chemical reaction. Now, chemical equation. The way of writing a chemical reaction is called the chemical equation simply. In the simplest way, the easiest way of writing a chemical reaction. For example, you have to write you have burned magnesium ribbon in air, it gives you magnesium oxide. You cannot always write it in the form of a sentence. So we have the easier way to write it down. Those ways are known as chemical equation. There are two kind of ways, two kind of equation. One is word equation, other is symbol equation. In word equation, you write the whole name of the substances you are using and then the product you are getting. For example, you took magnesium, then you took oxygen, and you get on heating magnesium oxide. Magnesium plus oxygen is equals to magnesium oxide. This is the word equation. Now what you do? You don't write the magnesium as the MAGNESIUM. You just write its chemical formula, its symbol representation Mg. Write oxygen as O2, heat, and MgO. This you get. This is known as the symbol representation. Heat, that sign delta, it is also used as the sign of heat. That sign is called delta. It represents the heat in the reaction. That means magnesium and oxygen plus heat gives you magnesium oxide. This is known as symbol representation. One more simplest example is photosynthesis. You already studied in your previous classes that carbon dioxide and water in the presence of solar energy and chlorophyll gives you the glucose. Glucose is a kind of sugar, okay, which is basically gives you energy, and oxygen that releases in the atmosphere, which you use for the breathing. Okay, now this is example of photosynthesis. These products which we have written on the left side are called the reactants, and these are called the products. Okay, you already know that, you have studied in the previous classes as well. Now next, what is balanced chemical equation? Okay, now balanced chemical equation I will explain. As you have studied in class 9, there was a law of conservation of mass, okay, according to which the total mass of the reactant is equals to the total mass of the product. So we can say that total number of the each reactant must be equal to the total number of the each product. For example, you have taken Mg plus O2 gives you MgO. Now you can see that here Mg and Mg both are 1. Okay, that means the mass is conserved. But as we see O, here the atoms of O are 2 and here only one atom of O. Initially it was 1 and then it was initially it was 2 and then it was 1. So it's not possible. If there are 2 atoms of oxygen, there must be 2 atoms of oxygen as well in the reactant. So what we do, we balance the equation by putting a factor 2 in front of mg. Now what will happen if we put 2 here and again 2 here? So we will see that 2 mg plus O2 gives you 2 MgO. Now mg, initially 2 atoms and the product 2 atoms. Oxygen in the reactants 2 atoms and in the products 2 atoms. So in both you can see that both are equal. Hence this chemical equation is called the balanced chemical equation. This is balanced. The atoms on the both side of each element are same in number. The total mass of the reactant and total mass of the product is same. This is called the balanced chemical equation. Thank you.